In Visio, shapes are the essence of your diagram. Shapes fall into two categories. They're either closed shapes or open shapes. Let's have a look at what that means. A closed shape is a shape that you can fill in with colour. On my Home tab in my Tools group, there's a button here that I'm going to click. If I click this button, I can choose a closed shape such as a rectangle. And I'll click Rectangle. I'll move my mouse onto my page and I'll drag. And this is a closed shape. A closed shape is completely surrounded by points. And you can change the fill colour just by hitting the Fill button and choosing a colour. So this is a closed shape. You can drag the bottom right corner, or any of the corners really, with this double-headed arrow to the centre, and you can proportionally resize a shape. An open shape doesn't have the ability to be filled in with colour. Let's have a look. On the Home tab in the Tools group, I'm going to create an open shape. An open shape includes a line. So I'll click Line, and then I'll drag on my page to create an open shape. An open shape I can't fill the colour in. Another type of open shape, if I go back to the Home tab in the Tools group, might be an arc. And I'll click the arc, and I'll drag to create an arc. This particular closed shape, when I go back to the pointer tool, so on my Home tab I'll click the pointer tool, has got a start point and an end point. This particular open shape has got a start point and an end point. This closed shape is just surrounded by end points. When it comes to the arc, sometimes there's extra points, such as this one here. And this extra point or extra control handle enables me to control how much my arc is bending in or bending out. So there's two types of shapes, basically closed shapes and open shapes. I'm going to click on each of these shapes and press the delete key on my keyboard. What I'd like to do now is to create a flow diagram. And so to the left of my screen you can see a stencil. It's called the Basic Flowchart Shape Stencil. And I'm after a particular shape which is a decision. And as this indicates here, you can drag the shape onto the drawing page. So I'll drag decision and I'll put it on my drawing page, about there. I can also then put my mouse in the bottom right corner and I can drag to resize the shape and put it about there. Having moved my shape and resized my shape, I can now add text to my shape, and I simply start typing. When I start typing, you notice the zoom control will sometimes change, and that's because you're adding text to a shape. When I click away from the shape, my diagram goes back to its former zoom size. This is a particular setting that's under File and Options, that whenever you click on a shape and start typing, or you click on a shape and press the function key F2 to edit, that it automatically zooms in so that you can see what you're typing and see what text exists. And as soon as I click away, the zoom goes back to what it was before. If you want to turn this off, which I wouldn't advise, you can go to File, down to Options, and what you can do is choose the option Advanced on the left hand side. And what it does is it automatically zooms whenever you start typing. And here it is here. Automatically zoom text when editing under 8 points. But I'll go cancel because I don't want to change that. I'm going to add another shape. This time it's a process shape. So I move my mouse back to the stencils on the left hand side of my screen and I drag the process shape onto my page, about there. I'll then resize it by putting my mouse in the bottom right corner and dragging to make the box bigger. I'll then simply type and it will zoom and allow me to put my text in. And then simply click away.